The scariest, and I guess the most challenging sequence was the sequence where I am forced to go into the emergency hatch of the spaceship because Hal will not let me in. So with explosive bolts, I'm thrust into this, grabbing a lever which allows the hatch to close and oxygen to fill the vacuum. How that was done was, of course, the camera's subjective. It looks like I'm weightless, flying toward you and then bouncing back and then flying toward you again, you, the audience. That was actually done. The room was built up upside down that way. So the hatch was up there and the camera is down here, and there's a platform parallel out of camera, the same height as that hatch at the ceiling, 80 feet up or whatever it was. And this circus roustabout had measured the drop. And I had a wire hidden under my the rear of my spacesuit, which ran into it was woven into a rope. He measured the distance of the drop on the rope and tied a huge knot. Then he measured that same distance again and tied another huge knot. So there I am in that, next to the circus roustabout. He's standing next to me, and on action, I dive head first, free fall to the camera, and it was measured so that my face would end up just inches from the lens. And the reason they couldn't use a stuntman, if you remember the story, is in my panic to save Gary Lockwood, my fellow astronaut, I leave my helmet behind, so they can't use a double. So anyway, I dive. The roustabout waits for the knot to reach his gloves. Then he jumps off the platform, causing me to go whipping back up to the ceiling again. Then, as soon as his feet hit the ground, he lets go again and waits for the second knot. And that's how they got that effect of me flying back and forth in the vacuum. Fortunately, we only did it in one take. Thank God. And people ask me, you know, would you do that for many people? I mean, that's a scary, if something could have gone wrong. With Stanley, you just trusted him. He was the most prepared director, almost to the point of being anal, but he was the most prepared director I had ever worked with or have ever worked with since. So I just felt, if Stanley says it can be done, it's going to be okay. I was still glad it was only one take.